Yo, yo, yo. What's up, what's up, what's up? And welcome back aboard the Cardboard Sim. Yo, yo, Val, how's it going, my man? How are you doing today, sir? Oh, man. That's what's up, that's what's up. So today, this evening, wherever you are in the world, we are headed to Wisconsin. We can take off from here in Brainerd Lakes Regional, where we landed yesterday, and we'll be headed over to the eastern Iowa. Wait a minute. Hold up. We might be going to Iowa today. I thought I said. Isn't this CID? Yeah. It might be Iowa. Just started a 790-mile cargo run. Oh, you moving it out today, man. Let's see. Cedar Rapids. Let me see something. Guess we're actually gonna be headed to Iowa today. I thought I had set in. That was my other route. Okay. Go Google. Quick. I'm gonna check something out real quick. So we're headed to Iowa today. Guess we're gonna head to Iowa today. That's okay. That's fine. I was trying to get Wisconsin and then jump over to Iowa. But that's alright. We'll do Iowa, then we'll jump up to Wisconsin tomorrow, and then we'll head to the Chi after that. So today's trip is $291 miles, and it's a rather cold one this morning. I have a little bit of icing building up, so let's get this thing cranked up and warmed up a little bit before we get rolling, huh? We got good power. Brakes are set. Prop and make sure it's full rich. And let's get it cranked up. Okay, we're gonna start there. Let's get some PDOT, beacon, and nav going. And we'll go ahead and get some strobes going too, just because. Yeah, it's crazy. You actually see the ice building up there on the leading edge. Okay, so let's get some weather going first. See what we got going on here. Wind is calm. Visibility is 9. Negative 22. So it's very, very cold. Dew point is negative 26. Humidity 70. Altimeter 3046. Okay. And calm, so we can. I might have to. Okay, we're logged in there. So we shall, to avoid a long taxi, we'll take off runway 5. And yeah, we'll take off runway 5, and then we'll do a right turn out to intercept the our waypoint, which is pretty much our direct to Iowa. So that's good. And we are on live weather too, so weather seems to be pretty good. Okay, so let's get that out the way. Let's go ahead and load in. Let's see, we'll get CTAF on 1227. Let's get some air in here. It is getting a little warm now. Or shall I say, let's get a little heat in here. 1227. And we'll load center on 118.05. Let's go ahead and squawk VFR. Let's go ahead and get up to about 1,000 RPM here, get the baby warmed up. All right. Go ahead and get these lights off so we can get ready to roll on out here. Brainerd traffic, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is taxiing to runway 05. Brainerd traffic. Alright, so let's get some taxi going. Brakes are released. And let's ride. Brake check. Brakes are good. I am departing from Brainerd, Brainerd Lakes Regional in Minnesota. All right. And welcome aboard Cardboard Sim there, Reggie. Okay, where are we going? We need to go. Actually, yeah. Let me go this way. First notch of flaps is coming in. Let's check surfaces real quick. Surfaces are good. Yeah, man, it's gonna be another fun one. Definitely gonna be another fun one. This one is 290 miles a day. I wanted to go to Wisconsin first, but I thought that's what I loaded in. But it's alright, I'm not gonna change it. So we're headed to Iowa. And I need to work on that real soon. I need to get my heaters and stuff, switches up and running. I don't have those set up in here. So hopefully the little bit of icing that's on the wings won't affect us too much. Alright, we'll stop right there. Excuse me. Brainerd traffic, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is taking off runway 05, departing to the south. Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. I said that one all wrong. My brain fried for a second. Alright, let's get some landing lights going. Alright, let's roll. Beautiful sky early this morning. Get her lined up here. Let's ride. Power is set. Airspeed is alive. There's 60. Positive rate. Gear is coming up. Speed checks. Flaps up. And right turn out. Brainerd traffic, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is turning right crosswind, departing to the south. Brainerd traffic. And let's go ahead and squawk altitude. Everything is looking good here. We'll climb out to 4,000. And let's go ahead and make our left to intercept. Yeah, it's a little bit of ice on the wings, man. It's cold out here. Like I said, I don't have my switches set up for icing, cause I normally don't fly in these type of conditions, but I decided to go live weather. So that's something that I'll be working on probably over the weekend, getting those set up so that I can actually get those turned, get those heaters going. Alright, so there is 4,000 and we'll go nav. Let's go ahead and switch over to center here. Minneapolis Center, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is level at 4,000, southbound to Eastern Iowa Airport, looking to pick up flight following.
Bonanza 424 Romeo, Papa, Minneapolis Center, squawk 1452 and ident.
1452 and ident, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa.
Bonanza 424 Romeo, Papa, Minneapolis Center, radar contact 7 miles south of Brainerd Lakes Regional Airport at 4,000 feet, heading 157, Brainerd altimeter 30.45.
3045, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. Well, cool, cool. We are on our way. We are getting more ice buildup than I really would like. Ooh. I don't know, y'all. We're going I don't know if this was a good idea. And what's crazy is I don't have any interior. So I deleted the interior out of this aircraft so that all I get is just the wings and the cowling, which is what I want, because it allows me to be more immersive into my sim build versus seeing, you know, the pillars and windows and all the extra stuff. But when you delete it, everything inside goes. So if I had it, I would be able to, you know, scroll down and turn the heaters on and defrost and all that stuff. But unfortunately, I do not have it. So we're gonna fly a little dangerous this morning. Oh man. So updates. So NVIDIA dropped a new driver today. So for those of you who are using NVIDIA GPUs, whenever you get a chance, head on over and update the driver. That's about it as far as updates on that. I spent more time today tweaking the sim, as I always do. And so I was trying to figure out, okay, so I'm running 4K and I changed it up because most of the time I was flying the 3840 by 2160. Now I'm running 4096 by 2160. And as I was saying, like I was still getting solid performance on ultra settings. With, of course, like I said, all my shadows backed all the way down, because that's a big hit. And I don't, you know, shadows ain't really, I'm not really paying attention to shadows. It's not like, you know, oh my gosh, that building doesn't have a shadow, I gotta change stuff. But I still had this very slight delay, stutter, like, you know, it it was like a smooth motion, but a etchy smooth. And so I'm like, well, there's got to be something that I can change to alleviate that, because the sim is running fine. I mean, I literally, once again, I have everything set on ultra. I have sliders all the way full tilt, and it's doing fine. So I started tweaking and changing settings here and there, and I just couldn't seem. It was almost as if I was burying myself deeper and deeper, and it was starting to get bad. And I'm just like, all right, let's stop for a second and let's reassess what we got going on. So what I decided to do was start from the very bottom again and work my way back up until I find that place where I can get full ultra settings, full sliders, and not deal with that stutter. So what I did was I started with Flight Sim, and I cleared all my stuff out. I went straight to low settings, both sliders all the way down to 0. Went back into Sim, and the performance was worse. I'm like, yeah, so I know that the Sim does not, well, mine, for the PC itself, doesn't like not being used. It's just like, okay, you don't want to use this, then while we're here, we can have a horrible flight then. So I said, okay. So I started working my way up. So I went low, and then I went medium. Nothing changed. Went high, nothing changed. Went back to ultra, nothing was really changing. So I'm like, okay. So I went back low, and then I took my sliders and went them, took them full tilt. And things was a little better, but I was still getting that irritating stutter. So I said, okay, let me start bumping up the preset settings. So I went medium, tried it, nope, high, and so on and so forth. So I'm like, okay, well, it's gotta be, if it's not the sim settings, then maybe it's the settings that I did in NVIDIA control panel. So I went in NVIDIA control panel and I reset my global settings and the sim settings. So everything on global settings is all default, with I think the exception of one thing. And then on the sim settings, I started bringing my settings back in one by one and seeing, whatever was going on. But so for whatever reason, the settings that I have now, I think what happened was, over time, as you're constantly changing settings and things like that, your sim just kind of gets confused as to what to do. So it just kind of gets locked up in one spot and just like, well, this is where I'm hanging out. Until you figure out what you want me to do, I'm not doing nothing else. So after resetting everything, I slowly started bringing everything back in. And I think there's only two things that changed, because I was running VSync on fast. This time I decided to just put it to on. And I don't know if it's that one that actually changed it, but if you see out every window, we are talking smooth butter performance. Just smooth, man. This ice is not looking too good on the wings, y'all. This sun need to come up. We need to get warm, because this is turning pretty bad out here. Rear projection, how do you do multiple displays? Okay, Hippo, so I am running 3 55-inch 4K TVs, and they're at 90 degrees. So, well, roughly 90 degrees. I mean, it's not a perfect setup, but it's roughly 90 degrees, and I'm getting roughly 200 to 220 degrees field of view with my setup. And I use the multi-monitor within the sim. Using the surround does no good. It is garbage. You can't fly in surround with this type of setup. So yeah, and then all I do is I just go in and I tweak the settings. So each screen, well, the left and right monitors, the settings are a little different to how I'm sitting. But from where I'm sitting, everything is lining up pretty much spot on. But I know, like, what you're seeing on the screen, it almost looks like the wings are forward, but that's just because of how the camera is picking up the monitors. So it looks like I'm doing like a Star Wars flight, but where I'm sitting, the wings are perfectly straight out as they should be. Yeah, so if you go into your settings on the left hand side, if you go down to the bottom, you'll see something that says experimental. You click on that, and then there'll be on the next screen, there'll be a button that says render new window or something like that, or add a new window. When you click on it, it'll open up another screen, and then you just slide that over to whatever screen you want to, and then you can adjust the pitch or the height, so the screen will go up and down. You have a lateral, so it'll go like left to right, and then you have a roll, so it'll go it'll roll left, roll right, and then you just use those settings. I mean, it's a basic setup, that's what they gave us, but that's why a lot of us complain, because for one, the settings that you set in your sim is really only rendering on the front monitor. So let's say you're using FrameGen. FrameGen is only going to the main monitor. It's not going to the side monitors. So that's why us multi-monitor guys always complain, like, man, y'all got to give us some more multi-monitor support. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, and you just got to kind of make the best of it. And as far as the multi-monitor thing goes, I think a lot of people feel like you have to have a powerful PC to run 3 screens. You don't. Now you can't. You won't be able to run 4K on 3. You could definitely do a solid 1080p on 3. I did that, and it looked very, very good. Once you adjust your settings and get it dialed in just right, you can easily do this in 1080p with no problems. Like I said, I started off on an i5 4440 with 16 gigs of RAM. And this is DDR4. No, yeah. No, I'm lying. It was DDR3. 16 gigs. I had that PC. I bought that PC from Walmart like 10 years ago. It was on sale for like $200. It was a Dell desktop, and I used that all the way up until a good friend of mine, he was kind enough to donate a motherboard with an i7 3770 with 32 gigs. And so I used that with a 2080 Super, and I used that for a few months. Well, for matter of fact, I used that for a little while, and I was doing 1080p with FrameGen, and I was doing numbers with good quality picture. Yes, sir. That's where it all started. Cause I was at that time, none of this even existed. At that time, I was driving trucks over the road at the time, and you know, as I was hanging out there, I getting on YouTube on my downtime, and Flight Sim kind of popped in on my screen, because I hadn't did Flight Sim from 2013 when I got out the military until probably 2000. Let me see when I kind of started right around 2015. I went right back to the basics. I just got me a little joystick, and I still had an old copy of FSX, and I downloaded that, and I just started kind of tinkering with that again. And then when FS2020 dropped, and I saw the eye candy, like I was just like, oh, this has to happen. And so that's where, you know, this sim kind of started and progressed over the years. But yeah, that's where I started. We are sunrise there, Ben. How you doing today? My laptop still has a 2080. I have way faster PC, but I love my laptop. I won't get rid of it. I'm using it right. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I tell everybody, man, don't let all these PC guys and all this stuff make you go out there and go broke. If you have something that's good and it's still rocking, rock with it, because this stuff is not cheap. And I mean, I spent the money on my PC because I knew what I wanted, and I knew at one point I wanted to be able to fly FS2020 in 4K. And you know, like I said, I mean, it didn't happen overnight. This is a 3-year build right now. So, but if that laptop is still good, man, keep on rocking with it. Putting in the air miles, I hear that. We got 243 to go on this one. And let me go ahead and show you what's going on out here on the wings. Yeah, we got a little bit of an issue, but we gonna daredevil it today. Yeah, I gotta go get me some switches, because we can't be doing this. Yeah, we can't be doing this. Yeah, this sun keep on coming up. Melt this stuff off my wings. It look like it's starting to melt a little bit now. That's good. We might be all right. Yeah, man. Like I sit here and I look at people in these flight sim groups on Facebook and stuff like that, and you know, I see people getting frustrated, like, man, I'll never be able to have something like that, or, you know, it must be nice. And it's like, you can achieve whatever you put your mind to. You know, it's like, I look at it like this. Like, say for instance, you know, you look at my sim and you're like, man, I would like to have something like that. But then you look at your wallet and you're like, but I ain't got that kind of money. Not about the money. This sim ain't made of nothing. It's just really using your imagination. You know? Pull some materials together. Think of how many different construction sites you have available to you. You gotta know somebody that has 2x4s laying around the house that they don't have. Or shoot, go to a construction site and say, you know, ask them. Most of them guys, they're pretty cool. I mean, they won't let you take everything, but you're like, look, I'm working on a project. I don't really, you know, you got a couple scrap 2x4s or, you know, some plywood or something like that. Or just start out with cardboard. Like, that's what I did. When I started building this simulator, I didn't have money like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I knew what I wanted. So I started utilizing what I had. Like, I used to have a panel here to the left of me, right? Because like I said, the Vpilot that I was modeling was the BR Sim designs, and that Vpilot inside the I guess you can say the electrical panel was here on the left, right? And so you had your battery and your alternator switch. You had your key switch, and so I didn't have no way of getting an actual real key switch. I mean, I have one now, but I didn't at the time. So I'm like, okay, so how do I go about creating my key switch? So I remember I had an old fan sitting around, and I'm like, well, I know those fans, they have about 3 or 4 different positions. So I snatched the switch out, and I used that switch, and I wired it up, but it only gave me 4 positions. So I set it up for off, right mag, left mag, and both. And I'm like, okay, well, how do I start it? So I'm like, well, I don't have no way of an extra one, so I went out and bought a little push button from Advanced Auto. Like I said, all of my switch, pretty much most of my switches are from Advanced Auto. So I went out and bought me a push button, and then I wired that up, and that was my start switch. So then I'm like, okay, now I need a fuel tank selector switch. And when I went and bought my first CH yoke, I drove 2 hours to go get that one. I got that, the rudder pedals, and the guy put in the SciTech fighter, you know, joystick. So I'm like, well, I'm not using this joystick. And mind you, I paid $40 for all of that. So I took it was a little red switch at the bottom, and it only it's a 3 position, right? So I took that out, and then I wired that up. So that's my off, my left main, and my right main. So you see where I'm going with it? So it's if you take away the electronics and just look at the sim as itself, I probably have, just on the build itself, no electronics, no switches, just materials, I probably have $150 into it max, and I'm probably way over on that one. So it can be done. There you go, Val. It all starts. Once you I'm telling you, once you put that first piece of frame together, or you know, you start putting that panel together, like your brain will just kind of go into like this like you'll really start seeing what you really want and how to lay out, and then it won't stop after that. You'll start figuring out, okay, well, I don't want to spend that kind of money, but I can use this. Because let's be honest, do you really need to spend thousands of dollars to make a sim look at a 1-to-1 scale? If that's the point, if that's the case, you're better off just going and finding you an actual, you know, Cessna shell, you know, and then putting in all your electronics from there. Well, Ben, you don't. The cool thing about simming, man, is you don't have to build a sim based off of one aircraft. You could still build an enclosed sim and still make it multifunctional as far as, you know, as far as like different aircraft. Like if I wanted to, I could change this out and jump into a twin if I wanted to. I mean, yeah, I don't have 2 throttles and all of that, but I can still fly it. The plane is still going to function as the same, you know, to a degree. I could fly a Bonanza, I could fly a Cessna, you know, I could fly anything that I really want. So you don't have to be stuck to just one plane. Just me personally, I just like the VTOL, so, and I would like to own one day. Let me see. Hey, I gotta find this video. This guy built a sim. It was kind of like a desktop sim too. Like it wasn't like a full enclosure like this, but the way he set it up, like you can set it on top of a desk, and it kind of gives you that enclosure vibe. And the way he set it up was kind of cool, man. And it just made me think about you when you said that you do the spaceships too. And the way he had all the different lights and the different switches and the different screens over here and there, like that's something that you could probably, I'm gonna find that and I'm gonna put it in the Discord when we're done flying tonight. I'm gonna go find that video and throw it in the Discord so you can see what I'm talking about. I appreciate that, Hippo. Yeah, I mean, literally, this thing was really built off imagination, man. Like I said, my bezels are plastic cups, and I just chopped the heads off the cups and trimmed them to fit.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, contact Minneapolis approach on 118.725.
Going to 118.725, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, good day. Minneapolis approach, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is level at 4,000.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Minneapolis approach. Good morning, Monticello altimeter 30.50.
3050 Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. See here what we got going on. Starting with the seat, has to have 2 joysticks. The HOTAS, then I'm building around that. Okay. I mean, hey. And like I said, my seats came out of a junkyard car. $40 for the pair. They were clean and they're comfortable. That's all I wanted. Parrot gaming. What you mean by that? Oh man. Oh, that's cool. We got a Cessna 172 about to fly right under us here. We got planes everywhere out here. And we got Minneapolis right out in front of us, y'all. Aircraft. Yeah, gotta keep eyes open out here. There's planes everywhere. There's one. Okay. One 2,500 below. Thank God that sun came out because we no longer have icing. I mean, there's a little bit left, but it's pretty much gone. That's good. And that sunrise is so gorgeous, y'all. So gorgeous. A nice haze over the city. Flying the BBJ from Austin to LA, just pushed back. Have a safe trip there, Ben. Yeah, I definitely love VFR, man. I mean, I do like my IFR too. Don't get me wrong. I'll probably end up doing I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I might add another VF or another IFR in before we get back. Let's see, from Austin to LA, so you're looking at what? 2 hours, 2.5 hours? Or 3 hours maybe. Cause I know, yeah, we're flying right over Minneapolis International. I was just at this airport in July. Coming home from Vegas. Got a plane taking off. Three hours? Okay. Hey, Cartman is, well, you know, should I rehire Cartman for the next IFR flight? I don't even know if he would want to come back the way I got rid of him. I don't know, Ben. Let's see. Hey, Janet, how you doing this morning?
or a cat stuck in a tree, which is to say, not at all. How about you?
Doing pretty good. I can't complain. Hey, I got a question for you. Does Toby eat Wisconsin cheese?
Oh, Toby? Yes. He once tried to eat an entire wheel of Wisconsin cheese in one sitting. He thought it would be a good idea until he realized he was lactose intolerant. Let's just say it ended in a very cheesy disaster.
Oh man, a whole wheel of cheese. Do you understand? And then you're lactose. Oh, Toby. Oh man, I could only imagine. I can only imagine. That's pretty rough there. Oh man, Toby. I tell you, that guy. I don't understand how he survives sometimes. Man, these conditions getting a little misty out here. It's gonna have to go away. Got icing. Toby. I tell you, that guy. We have. Okay, we cleared him. Yeah, we cleared him. All right, cool. Feel like we should be coming out of this fog here in a little bit. I'm hoping. Oh boy. Yo, buddy. What it do? Supposed to have LI for when I land, but the last two times it ended up VFR by the time I got there, so we will see. I mean, you could still run the IFR. Or fly the ILS approach. It's gonna take a little longer. Just a few more minutes. Man, it's cold. just when I had the icing going away. It might melt back off now. I think it was just that haze was icing in there. It should start melting. I really want to take my sim to the next level. I really do. I know what I need to do. I just got to get the parts to do it. And I'm going to have to, I'll probably have to do a little bit of modification on it to stabilize this thing a little better. But the ultimate goal for the sim is to what was that all about? Flew near the Sierras towards Oregon. Oh, okay. Well, that's the goal, Ben. That's what I was getting at. I want to put this thing on a. Well, it's not going to be on a platform. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attach actuators on all four corners, and it's not going to be a whole lot of motion, you know. But it's gonna be enough to feel it, you know. So, you know, I figured if I could get, you know, let's say 4 to 6 inches of travel on each corner, you know, that'll give me my pitch, my roll, and my whatchamacallit, not yaw, but the heave. There you go. I'll be able to get some heave going. So there's a program out there that already, I forget the name of it, but there's a program that's already set. It's pretty much set up for that style of motion platform. Because when I look at it, I'm like, you know, well, first of all, to put it on a platform, you're gonna need a lot of headroom, and I'm not trying. Starters, I don't have that much headroom in my man cave as it is. But at the same time, this sim is not. It can't handle that type of platform. So that's why I feel like if I could put them on like actuators, I'm still more, you know, I still have that lower center of gravity. Like I said, I don't need a whole lot of movement, just enough that when I pull back, I can actually feel the sim go back. And I think being completely enclosed, that 4 inches or whatever, or 6 inches of travel will be more than enough for me. Let's see. Have you ever flown anywhere in the Northeast? That's where I'm headed to, Reggie. Once I'm done with the Midwest right here, I'm working my way back to North Carolina. That's where this all started, which is my hometown. So, man, look at that. That is gorgeous, y'all. That is just outstanding. Yeah, but I'll be working my way out there, and once I get to the New England area, I'm probably gonna break that down into maybe 2 days. I'm not about to break all them little mini states down day by day. I'm trying to finish this whole thing. Like I said, I want to be landing back in North Carolina on New Year's Eve. December 31st, I'll be touching back down in North Carolina. So, with that being said, like I said, once I get out there, I'll probably tie about 4 states together. And on those days, what I'll probably end up doing is I'll just do touch and goes on those states. So let's say, you know, I take off from Maine. I'll take off from Maine. You know, I'll do a touch and go in Vermont, do a touch and go in, you know, Massachusetts, you know, stuff like that. And then wherever I land for the night, you know, that'll be whatever it is. Because next weekend I'm gonna be gone. I won't be streaming Friday night or Saturday night. I'm gonna be out of town next weekend, so I'm gonna be down those 2 days. And then I'll pick back up Sunday night. Is that where you out of? You up in that area? I'm here for the frequent fly. Oh man. Hey man, if you would have started with me from the beginning, man, you'll definitely have enough for a free flight by the time we got. I mean, we covered some miles, man. And I'm mad at myself I didn't keep up with all of my miles to know exactly how many. I'm gonna have to sit down and scope back out how many all of my mileage that I've flown from start to finish. But we definitely been pumping them out though. Man, it is cold out here. Got a little bit of a tailwind. Got a 6-knot tailwind. We doing 160 on the ground. Calm morning though. Calm morning. Oh, okay, I got you. Down in the A. Shoot, I was in Atlanta the same day too. Man, that was a crazy trip, man. Cause me and my
4 Romeo Papa, contact Minneapolis Center on 132.35.
132.35. Pretty sure that's what he said, 132.35. Come on with it. 132.35, yeah. Going to 132.35, bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, good day. Minneapolis Center, bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is level at 4,000.
Bonanza 424 Romeo, Papa, Minneapolis Center. Good morning, Cannon Falls. Altimeter 30.53.
3053, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. Yeah, so me and my wife, we had went out to Vegas. I think I talked about it before. But we ended up getting stuck out there. This all happened right around the time when the Windows did an update and it crashed the systems. And so we were supposed to have a direct flight out of Vegas straight back to RDU. And then that threw everything off, so we ended up having to stay an extra day. And then our flight home was from Vegas with a layover in Minneapolis. And then from Minneapolis we flew down to Atlanta We had like a 45-minute layover, but that wasn't even a layover, because by the time we landed and got to the gate and we did our walk of shame, you know, in the tunnel underneath, and got back up to our other gate, they was pretty much boarded. And then from there we went to RDU. So that was a long day for us. Atlanta is a hit and miss out there, man. Because I think if anything, the worst feeling ever is getting to Atlanta and you got like a very small window between when the time you land and to get to your connecting flight. And God forbid your connecting flight is like 3 or 4 terminals over and the train is broken. I think Atlanta has made so many track stars that they don't even know that they exist in the world. Atlanta will make a track star out of you if you never had to deal with that. Take a flight to Atlanta and let your land at terminal let's say land at terminal A, and your connecting is like terminal E, and that train is broke down underneath, and you got like 10-15 minutes before they close the door on you. It will make you run. It will make you become superhuman. So it's always good to go down there and see that train running. It's like, thank you, Lord. Now, two airports that I don't really care to ever see again is Dallas and Chicago O'Hare. Man, look. I have no intentions on ever seeing either one of them ever again. Ever. I prefer LAX over both of them. I mean, LAX is really not that bad either. Like, you land, like, well, I guess it depends on what terminal you land at. Or what gate, shall I say. Because when we landed there, what was it? A couple years ago. We literally landed and we walked off the plane. When we walked into the terminal, it was like, well, first of all, as soon as you walk into the terminal, you get a whiff of what Cali is really about. I mean, I was like, Jesus, y'all didn't even give us an opportunity to even get into the state. Y'all just right here with it, okay? And but we stayed at the what was it? Was it the Sheraton? I think we stayed at the Sheraton right there at the airport. So it made life a little easier. Did that in the 80s at Atlanta when my dad PCS to Germany. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm cool with Atlanta, but it's just you gotta pray before you get there. Cause it's either you're gonna have to deal with issues with getting to your gate on time, or you just gotta deal with people. Cause people will make you miss your flight. People will make you go to jail. People will make you step out of character. Oh, nice little windmill farm right here, y'all. Look at this. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty nice right there. trying to find this plane. I got one. He's up in the clouds. Okay. We are currently coming through. Where are we at right now? We're just passing through Dodge Center, which I'm assuming that all of this is still Minnesota. I'm assuming. Yeah, I think all this is still Minnesota. That's where my dad taught me to look at the in-flight magazine, to look at the terminal maps to see where we need to go before he landed at the airport. We didn't know. Where's that at, Ben? Are you talking about Atlanta? Oh, okay, cool. I mean, Atlanta has grown, man. It's a bad boy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Frankfurt. Frankfurt is a nice airport too. Spent a lot of time at that airport when I was stationed over there in Germany. Yeah, I mean, it's that one, but now let me see. So you got Atlanta, you got Charlotte, and you got BWI. I think those are the three main hubs that'll get you straight to Germany. But now I just found out earlier this year, or not too long ago, that RDU just picked up Lufthansa non-stop to Frankfurt. So I'm like, I will definitely be using that in the future. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know. It's just different over there. And what's so cool about Europe? Like, they have mastered public transportation. You could literally land in Frankfurt and never drive a car and get to exactly where you need to go. Like, so I lived in K-Town, or Kaiserslautern, which is pretty much Ramstein. Well, I worked on Ramstein Air Base. but the city that it's stationed at is Kaiserslautern, right? So the drive to there from Frankfurt or vice versa is about an hour drive. Now you could literally land, cross over the Autobahn, go downstairs, catch the train, and be in K-Town a little bit, well, depending on which one you take. If you take the, what is it, the red train, the DB train, I think, if you take the slow train, it's going to take you a couple hours to get there, because they stop through every little town, every little village or whatever. But if you want to go ahead and get on down the road, you can get on the ICE or the ICE train, and you could be in K-Town in an hour. Then, let's say, because I lived in town, so I could literally land in Frankfurt, catch the train into K-Town, then from K-Town, I could catch the bus. Like if I didn't want to pay for a taxi, I could catch the bus that'll get me down to the city center, and then from the city center I catch the next bus that'll get me out to my village where I lived, and it'll drop me off, and I'm like a block and a half away from my house. So you can imagine, like, you know, that there is no reason why you should be getting caught up in nonsense over there, because the transportation, oh man, I'm just paying attention. Y'all see all these windmills out here, y'all? This is pretty cool. They're all over the place out here. BNA just announced a Aer Lingus flight. Nice. Go Navy. We will beat Army this year. Well, I hope anyway. Well, I was Air Force, so I don't know. We're gonna play with that. So true in the public transportation. Yeah, I love it. And then, you know, you could, I remember we would catch a train to Paris. We'll be in Paris in like 45 minutes. Go Army, beat Navy for the Commanders and Chiefs Cup this year. Oh, well, we all know the Kansas City Chiefs is going to take another championship ring. It's already set up. I would be shocked if they didn't take the championship. Why is my... Huh. Weird. Oh, that's probably why. There we go. Shoot, your boy's doing better than my boys did this year, Reggie. I don't even... Nah, I'm not ashamed. I'm a Panthers fan. I've been I've been a Panthers fan since they started. So I'm a ride or die with them all the way. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Try to give y'all something else to look at than to look at me all the time. Man, there's tons of windmills out here. Scroll down a little bit. There we go. Well, I thank you guys for your service as well. Did y'all go out and get y'all did y'all do y'all free meal rendezvous on Veterans Day? I did. I do it every year. It's a whole situation out here. Got to split it into 2 days. You got to get out in the morning. You got to get all your coffees. Get your free donuts. Get all your breakfast meals. By the time you do all your rounds with that, you go home, drop that off, and you head back out. Then you got to get all your lunches. And by the time you get all your lunches, then you start working on your dinners. So you get all your vouchers. And yeah, so by the end of the day, man, you got enough food for your family for a whole week for free. I appreciate that, Reggie. You live too close to Fort Campbell to do that. Yeah, you gotta do it, man. Shoot, you deserve it. They give us 1 day. I'm trying to get every bit of it. Every bit of it. Shoot, you can actually go online and print out or screenshot the list of places that's doing like free foods and stuff like that, 'cause they know that's what we do. And you run into the same people. But they were like, "Dad, did you hit up such and such yet?" I said, "No, I'm getting that one on my way back down on the other side of the street." Gotta enjoy it, man. You know, what we've done is a lot of people didn't even attempt to, or didn't even cross their mind to think about doing what we did. So what's wrong with 1 day? Yes, sir. Matter of fact, I I have one more voucher I haven't used yet. That's for it's coming to me. Texas Roadhouse. Man, when Texas, let me tell you, Texas Roadhouse is a whole, like, you would think like let me not say that. You would think somebody of importance is at Texas Roadhouse. I mean, they literally have cops out there directing traffic. That's how many people go to Texas Roadhouse to get their vouchers. They literally have people standing outside. You show your ID and then they hand you your voucher. And then you gotta hit up Outback. You gotta get that bloomin' onion, that free bloomin' onion. That's the only thing they good for. I don't really care too much for the rest of their menu, but that bloomin' onion still be hitting. Then you got your Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, your Dunkin' Donuts. You gotta hit all of them. You gotta hit all of them to get your free donut and your coffee. And then Krispy Kreme, you gotta hit them up to get that free donut and free coffee. You got Robin Hood. You gotta get that free burger meal. Let's see. You got yes sir, Krispy Kreme. You gotta get that donut now. Freddy's. Freddy's does the free meals. Olive Garden, gotta get that free pasta. Gotta get that. You gotta get your free meal at Chili's. You gotta get that too. What else we got out there? Golden Corral. Get that free meal, that all you can eat. Gotta get that one. Who am I missing? Applebee's. You gotta get your Applebee's in too. Don't forget about Applebee's. Now some Chick-fil-A's do it. My Chick-fil-A's don't do it. And I know the owner. And every time I see him, I just look at him and shake my head. Don't. You run 3 Chick-fil-A's in my town and not one free sandwich for a veteran? Come on now. Oh, I love me some Golden Corral, Reggie. Love me some Golden Corral. But I'm mad at Golden Corral though, man. They used to have these grilled ham and cheese sandwiches. I don't know what happened to them. But they not on the lineup no more. I don't know what happened to them. Them things were good. I gotta reset my my custom camera position because you're supposed to be able to see almost the whole plane. But with my new settings, the cameras got thrown off a little bit, so I gotta fix that. I think we supposed to be getting a Biscuitville. Have any of y'all ever eaten at Biscuitville before? Cool. Thanks, Reggie. Oh man, you missing out, man. Biscuitville is delicious. I'll put it to you this way. I put Biscuitville over Bojangles. That's how serious Biscuitville is. And these biscuits are like grown man biscuits, man. Like, not these biscuit buddies. Like these things, it's almost like, it's like almost a burger sized biscuit. It's like a breakfast type of fast food. So you know, you got all your different types of biscuits. You have, you know, waffles. It's a breakfast joint pretty much. Yeah, we actually, and see what's crazy is they're not putting the sign out to say what's being built, but I know a Biscuitville when I see one. And like the framing is almost done. Every time I ride by it, I'm like, that's gotta be a Biscuitville. That's gotta, and it's gonna hurt my soul if it's something else, but it's gotta be a Biscuitville. Now don't get me wrong, I still like my Bojangles, or as my dad liked to put it, best of Jesus. So I'm not gonna give up on my Bojangles, but best believe I'm probably gonna take a hiatus from Bojangles if that is a Biscuitville. There we go. Let's try that. We got this place in Wilmington. It's a soul food restaurant called Casey's. Man, if you like some good southern food, and I'm talking real southern food, like we talking southern, like we talking chitlins, collard greens, homemade mac, cornbread, like that, yeah, that is the spot. If you're ever in Wilmington, North Carolina, you gotta hit up Casey's. And if you like seafood and you're ever in the Myrtle Beach area, you gotta get well, there's 3 of them. There are 3 different Calabashes. Now there's 2 that we normally go to. There's one called the Beechcraft, all you can eat buffet, and then there's one right next door. I can't remember the name of it. We tried it once, but that was alright. But there's one further down. It's a smaller one, but they sell or they have alligator and frog legs. I don't know if you never had that before. Now, I'm a southern boy. I grew up in the country. Well, I mean, I grew up here. I mean, Jacksonville is, you know, it's a small city. It's trying to grow. But I spent most of my life in the countryside where most of my family lived. So we would always go and visit cousins and stuff, and they all country bunkers. And so, man, alligator, frog legs, mwah, good stuff. And it is so good. This one is right next to the little amusement park at the southern end of Myrtle Beach. Some good eating, man. Good eating. Well, I know you can get that. You could walk out your front yard and snatch an alligator right out your driveway there, Val. Yeah, Reggie, I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. You know, Jacksonville is not a fast-paced city. You know, it's not like nothing big like Atlanta or Dallas, nothing like that. The only downside, and I don't know what it is about Jacksonville, but for some odd reason, Jacksonville just seems to be the city that gets missed when it comes to entertainment, I guess you can say. So most of the like you know, like, you know, we like to step out every once in a while. I mean, we pretty much got to a point where like the club scene is pretty much not our thing no more. We like to go and do grown folk stuff, like hit up a nice, you know, lounge, you know, like a poet type lounge, stuff like that. You know, a nice little bar where, you know, it's a small setting, some live music, you know, that type of entertainment. And then even for like the kids, like we don't really have much for the kids to do around here, so we normally got to travel outside of Jacksonville. So it's like either we drive an hour to Wilmington, which Wilmington is huge compared to Jacksonville, but even Wilmington is, I mean, it's a bigger us. So we normally go to like Raleigh or, you know, stuff like that, or we'll shoot it to Virginia Beach or Richmond. So that's the only downside. Like we're literally on the coast, so like once you cross over I-95, from there to our house is nothing but tree lines. But like if you're like raising a family and I mean, in Jacksonville don't really have much going on. Like the crime rate is low. We got a lot of petty crime around here, you know, but I get it. Ain't nobody got nothing to do around here. And plus, you know, we're in a military town, so not too much worried about nobody doing nothing that crazy here in this city, you know. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that, Reggie. I mean, shoot, being in Atlanta, man, sky's the limit down there. There's so much to do in Atlanta. We was in Atlanta, was it last year? I think last year we went to Atlanta for our anniversary. Hung out down there for a few days. We end up staying up in Dunwoody. We copped a hotel up there. That's a nice little spot. The Space Coast. That's what y'all call it down there. Yeah, we got in all kind of stuff while we was down there. Spent a lot of money on that trip. Jesus. Well worth it though. Well worth it. Three, two, one.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, contact Chicago Center on 132.8.
Going to 1328, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, good day. Chicago Center, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa level at 4,000.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Chicago Center. Good morning, OL line altimeter 30.47.
3047, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. Man, I know that thing shakes your house to pieces when that thing takes off. 30 minutes, that's like right, that's in your back door. Shoot, when they be doing their little war games out here on the base here, they ain't even, not even 30 minutes, and you can, no, it's about 30 minutes depending on what site they're at. But even still, man, those Abrams, those big tanks, when they get to shooting, oh, you know they shooting, cause it feel like that thing went off right at your front doorstep. Hey yo, Jimmy, what do you do, my mans? Gosh, man, I would like to see one of those, like just to hear the raw power of that thing taking off. I know it's gotta be something crazy. Like the most, and when it comes to like just straight roar, I would have to say the loudest I've ever heard was the B1. I gotta say it's the B1. I worked on that thing for 6 years. And as much of a turd as that aircraft is, man, it is a sight to see when it goes screaming down the runway. Especially at nighttime. That joker got 4 F-16 engines on the back of it. Now, I'll tell you something that's a lot louder than you think. And that's a U-2. That weird shaped aircraft is loud. Oh, that's nice, man. I didn't know that. That's cool. Being an aircraft mechanic, yes, it was very, very interesting. It was fun, but it came with a lot, man. There was days I would be out there like, what was I thinking? This is stupid. Working on aircraft will test your gangster. I'll just say that. Lord have mercy. I had to create a master indicator for all the indicator lights and a light on and a light off. Okay. That makes sense. So you just created one and then you just daisy chain the rest of them to those. I was a glorified people washer. 74D sucks. I was a 2A5X1 crew chief. So I'm assuming, Jimmy, that everything is working according to plan now. So, what did you do, Val? Yeah, I created a var for everyone that matched the encoder. Yes. Bravo. Bravo, Jimmy. Bravo. Ah, I got you, Val. Oh, yes. Jesus. The place I never wanted to see every year. Oh, there was nothing worse than knowing it was time to go get the mop gear to get ready to play games for another week. I dreaded that. I think I still actually have, matter of fact, I still have my mop gear and it still has the tape on it. Oh man, hilarious. Man, that tower is tall, man. I'm at 4,000 feet and this joker is like right here at my wingtip. Then we got another one right here. Kind of, man. All right, we are 25 miles out and start getting a little serious here. Get ready for this approach. Let's see. Weather down here is 60 at 5, visibility 10, temps are negative 13. Altimeter is 3048. Okay. Runways available for today is going to be either a 09 or a 13. Looks like 09 might be the runway of choice. And what's field elevation here? Field elevation is 869. So let's go ahead and drop down to let's see, 869. So 1800. Shoot down about 300 feet a minute. Okay. And 09 is going to be our runway. So like we'll be making a left base and we'll roll that out. Well, no, we can get off at Alpha 6. We land and get off at Alpha 6 and we'll just hit Alpha.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, you're cleared into the Eastern Iowa Airport Class Charlie airspace. Continue straight in towards the field. Descend at your discretion. I'll hand you to tower in just a bit. Expect runway 9er.
Cleared into the Eastern Iowa Airport Class Charlie airspace. Continue straight in towards the field. Descend at my discretion. And I'll wait for your call, expecting runway 9er, Bonanza 424 on Romeo Pop. Alright, cool. Hey Alan, how's it going? How you doing today? Enjoying some black-eyed peas and ham hocks. That's what I'm talking about, Jimmy. That's that good eating right there, boy. Yes, Lord. Ain't nothing like some black-eyed peas and ham hocks. Got me all happy inside just hearing that. Alright. It look like it's getting a little busy around here. Keep my eyes open. I got a plane right off my tail, 900 above. I got one crossing right in front of me at 1900 or 1900 above. Got one coming up on those at 1200 below.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Contact Cedar Rapids Tower on 118.7.
Going to 1187, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, good day. Cedar Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is through 3,000 for 1,800. 13 miles north of the field. Looking for runway 9er, full stop.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Cedar Rapids Tower, enter left base for runway 9er.
Enter left base for runway 9er, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. Cool. All good. Just started my Christmas holidays. That's what's up,
Bonanza
Alan.
4 Romeo Papa, continue on left base for runway 9er. Wind 060 at 5. Runway 9er cleared to land.
Continue left base for runway 9er, clear to land, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. All right. We are clear to land, y'all. So, taking a break and then I will go test it out. Cool. It's crazy, Jimmy. We was actually just talking about soul food earlier, man. We'll talk about this spot here in this town just south of me, Wilmington. Place called Casey's, man. Got some good soul food eating. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the visual 09, get that activated. Autopilot is coming off. Let's go ahead and slow her up just a little bit. Get ourselves set up here. Got the field in sight. I think I did, Alan. I'm gonna have to go back and look again. If I didn't post anything or respond to it, then I probably did. So I'm as soon as I'm shutting down here, I will head over to the Discord and take a look at that for sure. All right, get her slow down a little bit more. Checks gear is coming down, lights are coming on. First notch of flaps coming in. Just gorgeous views out here, man. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And we'll make our turn. I gotta start making my turns a little sooner. I always overshoot for some odd reason. That's alright though. Small correction. Second notch flaps coming in.
$500.
Alright. Gears down, flaps down. We have the runway. Slow her up a little bit. There we go. Right where I wanted to be. A little bit of rudder. Hold it, hold it. I'll take that. We are down. And we'll exit right here.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, welcome to Cedar Rapids. Contact ground on 121.6.
Switching to ground on 1216, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, good day. And we'll stop right here. And get her cleaned up. Cedar ground, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is clear runway 09er. Holding short on Alpha 6, looking for GA parking.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Cedar Rapids ground. Taxi to general aviation parking via Alpha 6 Alpha, cross runway 13, then Alpha 7 Delta. Good day.
Taxi to general aviation parking via Alpha 6 Alpha, cross runway 13, then Alpha 7 and Delta. Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, good day. So, Alpha 7 and Delta. Alright, cool. We got that. Brakes are released. And let's go. I'm flying VFR, Alan. Appreciate that, Reggie. Thanks, Alan. Getting better at it. Alright, there we go. There we go. Okay. We are clear right and clear left. Let's get landing lights on real quick while we cross over here. Here's Alpha 7 right here. And we got Delta right here. Beautiful. I need to turn on FSLTL. Let me get a little bit more there we go. I was in the books. It was supposed to be Wisconsin, but ended up going to Iowa instead, but that's alright. We're all good there. Yeah, Alan, SayIntentions. So I just with SayIntentions, even though I'm VFR, I always fly with flight following, just so that I can, you know, kind of have that ATC communication going versus, you know, just kind of being out here by myself. I'll probably end up picking up an IFR sometime soon in one of these next legs. I'll definitely be doing an IFR. So have a good one, Val. I'm about to shut this down and go relax for the rest of the night. So until tomorrow, tomorrow we will, I think we might go to Wisconsin. Yeah, Jimmy, like I feel like if I'm flying, you know, just straight VFR, I feel wrong. You know? Like, which, you know, of course, you know, you can fly, you know, VFR and not really talk to nobody. I just couldn't do it. I need you to see me. I'm in the sky, man. Like, yeah, we gotta I need you to tell me what's going on up there. I keep cutting out. Saved my bacon a few times. Oh, I hear that, Jimmy. Yeah, you do this for real, for real. I have almost stumbled into a Class B once and a TFR. Ooh, that's rough. Oh, what's going on with my live? Why is my live locking up on me all of a sudden? Something's going wrong here. Uh-oh. Lord Jesus, what's going on with this thing? Hold on. Is my live still okay? It looks like it's still working. It's just very laggy right now. Yeah, Jimmy, I decided to change the music up a little bit, man. My chill music was a little too chill. So I decided to, you know, keep the beat going, liven it up a little bit more. Yeah, it's locking up on me again.